Dear friends, I'm glad to greet everyone in this meeting. Today, our second day of presentation of DexNet. And today, Alex Kedo, a developer of this technology, will answer to all your questions. So let's proceed. Alexei, as I know, you have three way of education in your previous life. You had military experience, you've been a legal studies, and you have a technical background. So it's very easy for you to understand some program code and technical stuff of devices, and having military experience, you have strong discipline. So is it so?
Yes.
Yes, that's true. I really have this experience and it helps me a lot in my life and in business. So let's talk about our technology. It's very interesting how you create this idea. So how it happens to you that you start to think about decentralized internet? Why you need it as a first person and why everyone can use it?
Yeah,
Actually, I like everything that is unusual. But if we speak seriously, we start to develop this technology in 2017. This time, all technologies that existed didn't allow us to proceed as quick as we wished to. So we worked on this technology during 5 years, and at the end of last year, we finally succeeded. We didn't think that it will be a technology that can be spread all over the world. First of all, we wish to decide our own problems, and it was a surprise that it's really good technology for everyone. Our first aim was to create a decentralized data center, or how we used to call it, a server. So we needed it for our own needs to store our data information in decentralized manner, and I will explain how it will work. So when we use internet, we visiting some website, maybe online shop or airline or any website, and we see just picture, and we do not realize that all information that we put on this website is collected and stored in a centralized computer, and some person controls this computer and all this information. When we send some document or photo or file to iCloud, we do not realize that it's something physically. So we think it's just a cloud, that it's some mystic, that information is kept somewhere on the sky or on the real cloud. But actually, it's a normal computer, it's a server that stands in some data center, and it belongs to some company or huge corporation, and the personnel of this corporation controls all these computers. And all public internet works like this. It's a collaboration of hundreds and thousands of computers, and it controlled by special person from every corporation that has these data centers. And all these data centers, they have two weak points. First of all, it's a legal point that is controlling by country or government of this corporation. And second weak point, it's a physical, that this device can be broken or information can be stolen. I will ask maybe a funny question. Are you planning to do something illegal? So do you have some secret information? What's wrong that your file can be stored in a normal data center? Actually, it's not funny because when we send any information to cloud, it stops to be our private information. Since we push the button send, now it belongs to Google or to any other corporation. This information is no more private. That's a real problem. You can't keep your rights to your file, to your knowledge, to your secret information. And the matter is not that we don't want to keep information on data center because we are hiding something or we have secrets. We just don't want our private information to be read by anyone or to be stolen or used against us. And all countries in all constitutions has a clause that a person has a right for private correspondence. But since we have public internet, we don't have this right. So I wish my constitutional right to be with me. I wish to have private correspondence. So when I have correspondence with anyone via WhatsApp or Telegram or Viber, so all these letters and messages are kept on servers of these companies. And even if I delete message from my device, from my telephone, so still this message will be stored forever on Telegram and WhatsApp server. I don't like it. That's why we started to work on this technology that all information will be kept securely and privately and even encrypted, that only right holder will give access to this information. I hope I answer your question. Did you succeed in this process of developing decentralized internet? So yes, we really succeeded in this sphere of our activity, and our main achievement that we created not just a program code, but it is a device. So it's combined program and device. And nobody before did this. So we are the first company in the world who created this device, which has program code inside. So all companies who are now creating decentralized technologies, still they position their coding, their programs in normal public internet, like we used to call it Web 2.0. As we know, so the strong chain can be broken if one piece are very weak, is very weak. So decentralized technology like blockchain is really good. It keeps information in the manner that no one can make any fake to this information put into blockchain. But blockchain itself positioned into public internet, in centralized internet, that makes it very weak technology. That's why we started to create architecture from physical devices. We call it node, and from node to node, as soon as this architecture will be spread all over the world, we will start to deploy really decentralized programs. It could be any services, maybe blockchain, maybe some other services, but infrastructure with physical devices is the first step of this technology. Alexei, I know that you have presented your technology to different companies, to crypto communities, to investment funds, and you received some requests that some services can be deployed on this architecture. What services it is? We will start from the services which we develop ourselves. First of all, it's a storage, like cloud storage, or we used to call it Google Drive, but now it will be DexNet drive, as I understood, right?
Yeah.
And
Decentralization drive.
decentralization drive, and mobile service like normal telephone calls, and messenger, decentralized messenger. And parallel, there is some companies who also wish to keep their information on our database, on our decentralized database, like music companies and some other companies who need to keep this information secretly before publication. One company wished to put their music, like songs and composition, to our database and to attract people who listen to this music, to maybe provide security of their tastes, not to share this information with other company who collect cookie files. One of our services will be hosting and DNS services. Like anyone can put their website or internet shop to our platform, and no one can switch it off or block this website only if owner of this website wish to switch it off from decentralized internet. So this technology will allow to keep this website in the same manner as we will keep information in our cloud. This website will be divided into several pieces, like several containers of information, and will be kept on different devices, on different nodes. And our service will collect together all pieces of this website. In browser, user will see normal website. He will not understand that plenty of pieces of fragments of this website are stored in our nodes, in our database. In order to realize, to develop this technology, we should follow 3 steps. First step is to create an infrastructure of physical devices, of these computer boxes that can be installed in any apartment, in any flat, in any office, in any city. It should be decentralized infrastructure of physical devices. This device, it looks like a small box or small computer. So user should switch it on to electricity, connect to his Wi-Fi or internet, public internet, and this device automatically will connect to satellite channel swarm and start working. Through GSM signal, through satellite signal, all nodes are combined together in a huge network. When a person keeps this node always in the position switch on, he will receive a bonus in tokens. We may call it mining. On the second step, on the second stage of development of this technology, we will deploy our services to these physical devices. First of all, it will be our own services, and next we will invite different companies to provide their services on our architecture. And any person can get access to these services. Some services will be free of charge, some of them will be payable. So you can use normal money, fiat money, or you can pay with tokens. And if you pay for services with tokens, you will have discount 20%. If person pay for these services with normal money, 80% of this money will be sent to liquidity pool. So company itself will buy tokens to keep good price for it. And 20% of price for services, company will keep to cover expenses for this infrastructure, for personnel and other expenses. So token will become like a stable coin of our ecosystem. It's like a unit, united currency that anyone can use. For example, person has a node and he receives bonuses in tokens, and he can buy some services with discount, and extra tokens he can sell on crypto exchange. And other people who do not have nodes, they will buy services with normal money. And that's why these two group of people will be combined together and create good balance for price of token and development of all infrastructure and development of different services. On the third stage of development of our technology, when we position a lot of physical devices, we will create our own blockchain, and it will be coin of our blockchain that you will pay commission on our blockchain.
Maria, this is part of second stage. This is not third.
Second. Sorry. Okay. On the second stage, we will create our own blockchain with its own coin. Yes. So our third stage, that quantity of such devices will be so many that if one node sees the other node, the distance between them might be 10 kilometers or less. So on this stage, these nodes start to be real decentralized internet. They will not need public internet or GSM signal or satellite signal. They will start to communicate to each other, making DexNet. And exactly this third stage will allow us to create really decentralized internet that doesn't controlled by anyone, any country, any government, and we will call it like people's internet. Dmitry said that some people already have sent questions, and he will read it. Meanwhile, all participants of this Zoom meeting can write their question in chat, and Dmitry will read questions from yesterday webinar. So this frequency on which nodes will communicate to each other, is it secure to a person life, to person health? So this frequency on which our nodes will work, 433 megahertz, and we add a second channel, 918 megahertz. So it's quite secure because node will use power only 2 watt. And it the same like your smartphone when you send messages via your telephone. So it's the same, how you say?
Yes, the same, the same.
Yeah, the same influence, the same influence to a person life, a person health as a smartphone. The worst impact is from Wi-Fi router than from our node. Wi-Fi router use more high frequency and it's more risky for personal health. So our node is very secure. And I see the question regarding the node, how many electricity it will consumption. Normal consumption, it's 20 watt, and maximum when a node will send signal to satellite, it will be 60 watt. Can we compare it with some other device? It's the same like you charge your iPhone. So this node will take the same quantity of electricity. When technology will be decentralized and not controlled by government or any some special services like military service or other, it is a danger that some bad guys like darknet can use your websites, your decentralized internet. So maybe it will be risky for the company how you will control information which will be stored in your internet, in your database. I will answer that criminals use iPhones, but nobody prohibit iPhone usage. Criminals use normal internet and knives, and still we see knives on sale in any shop. Otherwise, the government should stop selling knives, even for kitchen. So for criminals, it's not necessary to use any new technologies. So I don't think it will be wise for them to change their website and to put the information in decentralized internet. If they want, they can do it, but it's not our sphere of responsibility. When the technology called torrent appears, a lot of governments try to close it, try to prohibit it, because some rights were broken for movie, for example, and some computer games. If you download it from torrent, you broke some right for this computer game or movie. But today we see that torrent exists and no one can do anything with this because it's really decentralized. So the responsibility for keeping criminal information, it's responsibility of this person, not on technology. And if one person used torrent to download some stolen computer game or movie, it's his responsibility, and if he will be catched, so he will be punished, not technology. So we are in this real position. And today we have negotiation with government of Dubai. They very interested in this technology. They offer us resident visas. They offered us offices. They wish to see development of this technology on their land. They do not ask anything from us. They just wish to help. Do I understand correct that Dubai government want to be first to, like we used to know, Dubai is a more developed city in the world, so they wish to have this technology to be the first in the world? I think that the first company who will develop this technology will be Dex Freedom, but Dubai government definitely will help us. Do they need this technology to use in their services? Yes, they wish to keep their information in our database, in the centralized database, because they have server, they have computers, and sometimes personnel has access to these computers, and information can be leaked, like leakage or some espionage. So they don't want to keep private information in their offices, on their office computers. They need decentralized cloud. If we are talking about DexNet technology, so only person who put this information to our cloud will get access to this information because he will have a private key to this storage. Not me, not my people, not our technical staff, never can encrypt this, decrypt this information because they will not have private key. So for them, it's just ones and zeros. So it's useless information. So what is the security of crypto wallets that I think you will use, and how it will influence on DexNet technologies? So our crypto wallets, will be located on our devices, on our decentralized nodes. That's why it will be secure. In comparison to modern blockchain that is located on public internet, actually it doesn't it's not necessary to switch off website. So some government can close access to data center for storage of this blockchain, and all blockchain will be blocked or closed. So in our decentralized technology, to close our internet and close our blockchain, we should ask people to switch off all nodes. But people will be motivated because they receive tokens every day for keeping nodes switched on. So we think that this technology will secure all information and all crypto wallets and our blockchain that will be deployed on our decentralized architecture. So our node is connected to internet, and if any provider will decide to close access to internet to one person, so this node through satellite channel will inform other nodes that her channel to public internet is closed, and this node will change transmission to different channel, maybe to GSM or satellite, but only one node will not affect the whole infrastructure, because it's not possible to switch off internet all over the world when people connect nodes to public internet or to electricity or GSM channel. So we feel very safe in this. So our crypto wallet will work even if the whole world will be out of internet or electricity, because our node, our device, can be connected to power bank like your telephone, and each node will be communicating to each other via satellite, or if they're close to each other, less than 10 kilometers, they will communicate to each other without public internet. Can one person buy several devices, maybe 50 devices or 10 devices? Can he position them at his home or office? And how can he do it if he real serious investor? Is it possible to buy plenty of nodes for one person? Until recently, it was not possible, but last few weeks we discussed this possibility, and I think it will be possible. I will explain. So when we created our technology, we wrote such algorithm that any information in container should be kept in 5 copies. And all these 5 copies should be spread on different 5 nodes. If one node is not answering to the system, so the system see that it's necessary to make a 5th copy on separate node. That was before. So our system, our program was created in the manner that our algorithm check how close to each other nodes are positioned. And if several nodes are in one place, in one apartment or in one office, and connected to one provider, so algorithm will decide not to keep information, not to keep content on these nodes because they are not secure. And we call it Dex rate. So Dex rate will be very low for these nodes. But now it's changed. It was before, but now. But now we created a system that our program, our algorithm will check that if nodes are gathered together in one place, So information should not be kept in these nodes in one place. So it doesn't matter how close you have nodes. We created new algorithm, new program that will divide information and position copies of this information to different nodes that they should be far away from each other. But we can achieve this only if we have balance, that really decentralized quantity of devices should be much more than, let us say, home data center nodes. And now we are calculating the rate, how many devices can be in one place and how many decentralized devices we should have on this territory. So we will inform you shortly when we finish our calculations. Is there any risk that any virus can be positioned to one node and this virus will affect all DexNet? Actually, I don't think it's possible because our device use operation system called Linux, and normally Linux is used to create viruses for all other operation systems. So first of all, because we have Linux, it's not possible. And second, we don't have any infrastructure or platform that can be diseased by virus. So we do not use, like, as I understood, like Windows, that any file can be sent to this infrastructure, correct? So if anyone will create a virus, so it's a program code, and he will send this virus to our node. So the system will put this virus into container and encrypt it with 256 algorithm of coding and encryption, and it's not possible to decrypt. Nobody can decrypt a private key to Bitcoin wallet. It's the same technology. So this container will be divided into fragments and sent to different nodes. So this virus will be useless because it will be encrypted in container, and container will be divided to plenty of fragments, and all fragments will be laying on different nodes. That's it. So nobody can affect our DexNet with viruses. So question regarding the physical devices. To which country it is possible to send nodes to other node? Or maybe you will start from one country or all over the world immediately? And what's the guarantee for this node if it will be broken? Is it possible to change it for a new one? What about services to fix if node will not work properly? So all question connected to physical devices. Yes, you can order our device to any country except some restricted country like Northern Korea or maybe Iraq. So you can order to any country, and yes, it will be a guarantee service for node, and first service center will be opened in Dubai, and next service centers will be in Europe and Asia, depending on how many orders in which country we will receive. If we see a lot of orders from one country, definitely we will open service center there. And if node will be broken and will not work, we will check it. If it's a guarantee case, then we will send you a new one or repair. But if you occasionally broke it yourself, or maybe your dog or cat bite it, or maybe you put it tea or coffee on it, so it's not a guarantee case. So we will repair it, but you will pay for repair works. I have one friend who has experience in multi-level company who also had idea to send some devices, and it was so many orders, more than 1,000 devices per month, and the company didn't realize their technical ability to produce such quantity of devices. And it was a long queue of people, and people waiting for half a year and didn't yet receive these devices. How's your technical ability? How many nodes you can produce per month? If it will be huge demand, are you ready for it? Right now, we have production of nodes in China, and its plant, it's very huge. It can produce 500,000 of devices per month. And we open very soon a second position to produce nodes in Dubai. So it's not instead of China, it's extra. So China plant will produce 500,000 nodes, $500,000, $500,000 to everyone, yes, per month, 500,000 nodes per month, and Dubai will produce extra. So I think it's enough. It's really huge amount. We will supply everyone who wish to order this device to his home data center. Thank you everyone for visiting this meeting. Thanks, Alex, to have your time with us. Thanks, Maria, for translating. See you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you very much, everyone.